Hey all, Matt here, Bobcat Bonsai. Today is part 2 of my clay bonsai pot making. So today we're just going to do a little bit of sanding on the pots that have dried, and we'll do a little bit of drawing and a little bit of carving into them. Don't worry, I'm not going to drag you through this whole process. We're just going to touch and go as we get at it. Alright, so let's get to it. Okay, so here's our pots that are dry. I actually just made this little guide. This is a new clay that I just got in, and I really like the color on it, so I wanted to throw this one up so I could test fire this as well. So that's got to dry. It's still very, very wet. So that one's going to go down to dry, and we are going to begin work by sanding. So let's get to some good old sanding right here. Alright, so the nice thing about sanding is it's up to you when you're done. Once you're happy with the texture that you have, then you're good. Everybody uses different types of sandpaper based on what kind of end result they're looking for. I just grabbed a piece of scrap that I had laying around, and it's a 1200 grit sandpaper, so it's a really, really fine grit, and it's definitely going to clump up really quick. Just with all the clay as it's coming off, it's just going to start to clump up. You're going to notice this one's a bit darker than the rest of them, and that's because it's not dry all the way yet. So that'll be the last one I sand because of that, because it is not going to sand very well. I already have a feeling, but we're still going to give it a try. So I'm going to finish up sanding 1, 2, 3, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, so what did we learn here in this sanding process? We learned this went great. This one I knocked the feet off of, but used that opportunity to then sand in some little feet, so that worked out awesome. This one I was sanding, and I squeezed too hard. Now it's broken. Oh well, what can you do with that besides move on? So these two I have no more intentions to do anything else with. This one, I want to do a little bit of carving, so let's get you all set up and we'll get to drawing that one up. Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, so the way we're going to start off here is we're actually just going to come in, and I just want to add a little bit of texture into these little feet. So we're not going to do too much here. Just add a little design. and then that's something we're going to add all the way around. So let me get that all drawn up and I'll be right back with you, since I keep moving you out of the camera shot. Alright, so now we're just going to break out the X-Acto knife here, and all we're going to do is just pretty much just follow the lines we just put in and just scratch it out just a little bit at a time. Alright, so we got a little bit of texture in there on the feet. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me touch them up a little bit and I'll be right. Alright, so we got it cleaned up a bit, added a little bit of texture, cleaned up around these edges. So that's about it for this part, guys. We are now just waiting, and let me make sure this one's balanced good. I didn't check that. Yeah, that one's balanced pretty good right there. Alright, so now we're just waiting. This wraps up part 2 of the clay pot videos. Hopefully you enjoyed it. They're all sanded down now and set up. Now next, we just have to build a fire pit and fire all the pots. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, then I hope you would subscribe to my channel because it helps me out greatly. And if you really enjoy my content, then hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I release a new video. Thank you.